Well, hello. I'm playing some more 3 minute, and look what I've got here. Just some patzer, I believe, from America. You know, someone who is this guy? Oh, Wesley So. Oh, Wesley So, that patzer. Yes, we all know Wesley So. Great stuff. So. I'm playing Wesley So. Okay, so let's see how I get on. And first thing I've realised is he's blooming quick. Now, I know Mr. Wesley So can also play a bit of chess. I've heard. I've heard he can play a bit of chess as well. So we're going to see how we get on. And I'm now playing a gambit line. Surprise, surprise. When else would I do anything but play a gambit line? And this is an old gambit line I used to play. So I'm hoping I could have taken there and checked him, but I'm hoping my opponent is not well, should we say, used to this line. The only issue is I'm also wondering whether I can remember my theory here as well. So okay, what's happening? Well, I've sacked a pawn, and this is pretty thematic for this opening, and this is in order to try and make sure his king has no happy home to move to. So that is the general idea of this sacrifice. And we can see now with my moves that I'm trying to simply win my pawn back here. Take on c4. And the issue is, look at my king. My king is castled, so it's nicely positioned here. Bloody hell, this is a challenge. Sorry, whatever I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking I'm playing Wesley So you've got to keep your cool a little bit more here. Okay, so, but yeah. And now c5 is a typical break from my opponent. So what's happening here? Well, if I go here, he has b3. Could be a little bit annoying for me. So do I have to retreat this one? Don't really want to retreat my rook because it's a very active piece here. So what about if I just simply play this move, b3, to reinforce my rook here? Now normally you know what? I'm gonna sack this one. I'm gonna sack this one because we need to gain the initiative against these players like Wesley So. And now come in. Come on. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough, Wesley. Okay, right. And now this piece is the only piece not doing much, but then he comes in here, doesn't he? So what do? We strike. Okay, come on, keep playing super aggressive. This is the only way to play, obviously. There's no point playing like a pansy. Whatever that means, but you know, the only way to play is to go super aggressive. Come on! Come on! Charge! Okay, and this is exactly what I'm attempting. I say attempting to do. So, okay, right. Now, if he takes here, I've got f6. I've got taking here. Taking here looks very tempting, doesn't it? But then, do I allow his queen in? Let's take here. Incredibly complex position here. And I've got to move quick. So if he takes here, I'm going to go bishop f2. And again, the time is a key thing. So let's try to now sneak my queen into his position. Try to get my queen into this square. And he's defended against that threat for the time being. And now I'm going to defend against my pawn dropping. Try to put my bishop... Oh, God, I've fallen for a stupid move there. And of course, I did not want to exchange queens here. We all know I play a bit crap in the first game, so I'm hoping that is the case here, because I know for a fact I had a good position in this game, and I am doing a great job of messing it up here. So, okay. But still, this position does not look diabolical to me. Diabolical. Well, it might not be great. And I've got to move quicker, of course. So, okay, quick. Yeah, I've got to get used to the timing. These guys, one thing I found against these players is they're so quick. Even here, if my knight, imagine my knight gets there. I mean, on the surface, this just doesn't seem like such a bad position to me at all. So my opponent is coming to swap that knight off, but it's really the time situation which is my enemy here. And this is the main issue with my position, of course. The time. If I get my rook around, some chances. Not happening here. Okay. Wow. There we go. And we give that one up. Annoying, because I thought to be honest, that one was looking like it had some decent chances. Okay. Right, so that's a warm-up game. Now we're going to try to improve in this game and try for a Dutch. So I'm going to move a bit quicker now. A bit quicker. Hopefully my moves will come a bit more natural. So I'm going to fianchetto my bishop here. This makes a lot of sense. Let's try putting my bishop on this square now, which is an old way of playing such a structure. I remember some games from the 1800s, which I'm hoping Wesley will not be so used to playing. And the idea here is rook here. Well, there's a game of Lasker's with the birds. Emmanuel Lasker, where he managed to sack both of his bishops on h2 and g2 to deliver quite a stunning checkmate. So this is maybe something I'm going for. I don't understand Wesley's rook here move in the position, and of course now he's trying to block up my bishop, which makes a lot of sense. So do I still continue with this idea? It seems to have lost a bit of its power now. Or do I play something else? Well, I'm just going to play here to stop a knight coming in for the time being. And now he wants to reroute his bishop around to the safety of this square. So, okay. Now, let's develop my last piece. And he's going to try to go c5. So, we should stop this move. Yeah, I think a6 was a little bit, again... This is the thing when you play these high-rated players. You basically should be absolutely fine if you treated them as normal players, but you kind of get a little bit outside. I'm worried about c5 pawn sack line here. If I take, maybe something comes in. But you do, well, I tend to get a little bit outside just because you realise how high-rated they are. So. This is one thing I've just got to get used to playing against such opponents. Okay. And now, well, I guess fairly even position, and my opponent now plays this typical f3 move. So I would like... This looks like a horrible square for my knight, but I've got to try to bring in this piece into the game. Now he's going to have queen g4 at some stage. Not going well, I'm afraid. Have a sip of tea, and try to fight back somehow. And not going to be easy because I'm dropping this pawn, and it doesn't look good. Okay, well hopefully I'll get a chance in the next game. This is poor play by me. And I'm just going to try to at least play quick now to get used to this. Okay, right. Do I have any chances here? Well, my chances are minimum. Being a pawn down against such a strong player is never a happy scenario to be in. So I'm going to try to at least... Well, if I go here, he has this move. Okay, at least get my knight into a good square. My opponent is obviously... Clever pawn sack line. He's sacking his pawn to aim to get active. I guess it's clever. You know, if it was someone else, I might say, stupid way to play, taking a risk. No reason to take a risk. But as it's Wesley So, I'll say clever. Okay, so I'm trying to desperately blockade this advance, but not happening easily. And my piece is very, very ugly here. Very ugly, and there goes a very important pawn. So this is looking like a struggle now, unless I can get some miracle in the rook ending. And he wants to get his rook to the 7th, which of course would be incredibly dangerous to me. So how do I do this? Well, I think this is lost now. 2 rooks on the 7th. Got to be lost. My one plan is to try to push my pawn up the board, but not going to work. Different gravy, Mr. Wesley So. Different gravy. So we'll see if he wants another game after this. At least I'm only losing 4 rating points a game, and we're going to now see him come and checkmate me, because he was going to go rook here check and rook h8 check. So that was most annoying. Does he want to play another game? I don't even know if I issued the challenge, so let's see. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't want to play another game. I was just warming up there. Just warming up. Just getting into the swing of things. But I don't think he wants to play anymore. So okay, we'll see. That's disappointing. There you go. A quick session at 0-2. Bit of a pity, because I'd like to, you know, you need a couple of games to get in the swing of it. I'm just literally waking up a little bit here after a long day. No excuses. Okay, but we'll see. Anyway, I suppose I'll keep that one short and sweet, that video. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like he wants to have another crack at the game. Unfortunately, I mean, that first game, surely I was winning that game. This game, was I doing all right? I was doing okay in that game, nothing special, but the first game was a missed opportunity. Well, I'll keep that video short and sweet. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I'll have another go at playing these guys. Just going to take my brain a little bit of adjusting to get in the right mindset. I'm sure I can take them on. I'm sure I can do the job. But it's not going to be easy. So there we go. Cheers. Please like, please subscribe, all that rubbish to my channel, you know, whatever you like, blah blah blah. Okay, see you later.